well, the mask. We have here in Germany actually a heavily increasing infection rate, and that is this is a decision from the last 2 days in our university to say stay at home and how long it has to take to avoid more infection. So that's the reason why I'm doing the seminar here from my let's say home office and from my private seminar room. And I think I will start now with my session. Do you see here now once again, you see here the slides from my side?
Yes, we do.
Yeah, okay. Fine. Okay, then I started first with a short introduction of myself. I'm a professor and lecturer since around about 5 years at the university, so-called Rheinische Fachhochschule Köln. It is a private-owned university and a university of applied sciences. And I'm working there as teacher, mainly providing lectures for master study courses. And besides that, I'm responsible for a study course as program director, information technology or computer science. I'm 63 years old, living in the city Cologne, where the university is. This is a city, I will share later some pictures to you, in the western part of Germany. I have 4 children, I'm married, and the youngest, the child, she's a girl, still studying like you, and more or less at the same age. And the other ones have already finished their study. I studied in the past 2 things, a study called media science, which was a mix of media plus IT technology at that time, and in parallel business administration at the European Business School. And after my studies, I started working at a German company called CompuNet. This is the sign that you see here on the back of my side. And this was an IT provider, service provider, very successful, and I had the chance to invest myself as shareholder and work there as managing director, a fast-growing company. And we were at that time the first one who were able to replace stupid terminals against intelligent networks. Some years later, around about 10 years later, we sold this company to General Electric, which is a American corporation, and GE. This is the abbreviation of General Electric. GE decided at the time to invest heavily into this type of business, so they bought our company and they stayed there for a while, for a couple of years, still as managing director and the responsibility for the German market. And my next station was then taking over the responsibility for a British European IT company called Computer Center, and stayed there for around about 5 years in that role. Took then afterwards an additional job over a kind of reorganization and refocusing of a mid-size IT system house and service provider. And later on I sold this company to Ricoh, which is a global Japanese electronic and IT company. So my background for this 30 years is working for a German company, an American one, a British one. Once again, then after that, a chapter again taking over the responsibility for German, and at least the last 5 years when I was a board member of RICO, interesting for me to see how different companies are, not only the people, but also the way how to run business and to manage a company. And I try to bring some experiences from my side to you here in that lecture. And I have only a few, but I have some knowledge about Indonesia because around about 3 years ago, I visited Jakarta with some colleagues, and this picture here has someone taken on that road here. You see in the back this monument Tugu Selamat Datang, and someone made that picture when we visited the embassy of Germany in Jakarta. You see here on the right, this is the fence of the embassy. And this was the time where we met. The first time I visited Yunis and met the first time Henny Kaya Ramdhani. And interesting, 3 years later, now we come together again and we continue this kind of cooperation. I prepared for you a Google Earth trip, and I have to stop here this PowerPoint and share again. Sorry, this here. There we are. You can see the globe. And you can see the globe of Google Earth.
Yes, Prof.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Sometimes I've asked if it is still properly working. So this is a picture of Europe. On the third day, I will show you some more maps from Europe. From a geographical point of view, this all here belongs to Europe. Yeah. This is Turkey. Turkey doesn't belong to Europe from a geographical point of view. We have here Germany. We have, or start with the Scandinavians, Norway, Sweden, Finland, United Kingdom, Ireland, Portugal, Spain, France. We have here Belgium, Netherlands. We have Swiss, Austria, and a few more. Here, this is Germany, and now we start our flight to Tangerang at first. This is the top view. I think you are sitting here in that area, and this, I think it was the building that I've seen 3 years ago. And now we start to fly to our city and our university. So again, our helicopter climbs up, 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 up. And from there, I speed it a little bit up. Now we see the Indonesian Ocean there. Turn the global around. There we are again with a look on Europe. This yellow needle is the point where our university is. And now a drill down. Stop here again. Once again, this is Germany here. And we have a couple of neighbor countries. In the north, Denmark, Netherlands, Belgium, Luxembourg, France, again, what I mentioned already, Switzerland, Austria, Czechia, and Poland. So we are in Germany, let's say more or less in the center of, in the northern center of Europe. And luckily there is a coast part of our country, so that from Germany we have access to the sea, and for this is important for doing export business, having the own ports and harbors for transportation. But this is something that I tell you later on. We move on. This is the city of, or the area of Cologne. This is our university. And look, when we started in Tangerang, we could see a river. The same picture in Germany, many, many thousand kilometers in a distance to you. And yeah, so obviously the world is not so different from the top of you. We move on. Drill down again. And now we're coming to the area where, so here we are. This is the campus of the engineering faculty we have in Cologne, in the city. We have 4 campus for each faculty, a different one. And this here is the main building for us. The whole area belongs to the engineering faculty, and this is the newest building. I will share some pictures later on to you, where the majority of the mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, and the computer science lectures are provided. Here, that building, we have some specific seminars for biology, sciences, and furthermore things that we have as buildings there, mainly for labs and some institutes of the university. Okay, good. Now you know where we are, and I close this window here, come back to my once again, a question to you, Henny. Are we back again on the slides?
Okay. So, do you want me to say something, Prof?
Okay.
1 or 2 minutes to the student?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. We will continue. Okay. Good morning, Professor Dr. Friedel Mager, and then Bu Dina Agustin. Selamat sore, Bu Dina. Selamat siang, Pak Irsan, Pak Sutresna, Ms. Eta, dan teman-teman mahasiswa. Selamat datang ke seminar hari ini. Welcome to the seminar with Professor Dr. Mager from RFH, Rheinische Fachhochschule Köln in Germany. Perhaps you know now already know where RFH, Professor Friedel, Professor Mager already just now show you how the university there, and then perhaps later we will actually Prof Mager already in our campus 3 years ago, but perhaps can be in the future he will come again to our university and then to see you and all the participants, hopefully. Okay, good morning, and thank you again, Prof, for your willingness to our invitation, and once again welcome. And as mentioned by the rector, all the participants must be proud that you are selected for this first seminar cooperated with RFH, and then this is the for your indirectly for your preparation to challenge to face the future. So I think this is don't hesitate, and then let's do it, and then make it happen, and grab the future with positive attitude. And then once again, thank you. And that's all from me, Prof. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Henny, thanks a lot again to you. It was your initiative, or your this idea came from you, and we shared our thoughts a couple of months ago, and now we are here. And
Yes.
I think your idea and your initiative, hopefully this will be also the view after the 3 days, was the right one.
Yes. Okay.
Good. So I would like to continue with some. Sorry, I have to share it in a different way. Only some additional things from my side to Germany, and especially here right now, in addition to our city. The name of the city is Cologne, and it comes from the time when the Roman soldier from Italy was sent out to conquer whole Europe. This is a long time ago, and it was a Roman colony, and colony is the word in translation for Cologne today. So Cologne, a Roman colony, 2000 years old, and someone has painted this here. This might be the picture from that time, 2000 years ago. And we still have some parts from the Roman time in our city. You see here, this was the wall of the this pillar here, a part of the wall around the city. Or we have here this 2000 years old stone there, and we are quite proud on this history. On the other hand, the Roman people took over the country and had a long time and a big influence on the culture of the German people that lived at that time there. This is a view from the top. We have seen it already, and you see there. And if you want to visit Germany and perhaps also Cologne, you have to have a visit of this cathedral here, and I will show it later to you right now to Google Maps. Yeah, here we are. Everybody who's visiting Cologne is going to this cathedral. It is a Catholic church. You should know the majority of many countries in Europe are Christians, or Christian the majority. And this is a very, very big church. It was, they started in Cologne in 1248 to build up the city, and it took around about 600 years to build it up in total. That's what you see here on that picture here. Let's have a look around. This is in the place here, and the older part of the town. And this rose here dropped down some years ago. It was cracked. It fell down from the top, from the roof of this church here. And you see here, this is the, now you can have an impression on the size of this church here. It is 157 meters high. And once again, a look around. Then picture by night. Very nice building. You should have to go there. And in the close near, we have a museum, and there you see